Okay, so welcome back to MX versus ATV Supercross Encore. Today we're going to do some more multiplayer. I actually did a ton of multiplayer races. So the last video, this video, and the next one will be multiplayer. 2 races on each one. Now they're not all from the same session, they're from different days. I use, this video actually, I use the Yamaha for this race, and then the second race is from a different day, so I'll use the Honda, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So we're at Oakland. This track, it's good. I like it, but I don't like it a lot. Los Angeles, I've mentioned before, I mentioned in the last video, is my least favorite track out of all of them. Oakland, it's alright. It's okay. I struggle with running consistent laps. Now, I do believe, I've watched this already, but I'm actually going back and doing the post-commentary on it like a day or two after I put the video, or recorded the video, so I don't remember everything that happened. But I think I ran a mediocre, relatively consistent race. I mean, I make mistakes. I'm a very inconsistent guy, and that's where our biggest struggle is the inconsistency that we have. But, you know, we'll see here. We'll go through it together, I guess. So we're sitting in 3rd or 4th. It's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of laggy. Then it goes from 1st to 3rd. There's a bunch of us kind of hitting each other. You know, when you get around a group of guys, whether it's at the front or the back of the pack or the middle of the pack, you're going to have that problem. And, you know, it can be a little frustrating, but, you know, everyone has to deal with it, so it's just one of those things. The toughest thing for me is the little bit of lag. You know, I've mentioned it many times. The interval clock's kind of weird. Like now it's bouncing around from 1st to 2nd, but we are in 2nd. I don't know, but this guy put up a really good fight. It was a lot of fun battling with him. In that section there, jumping in and just having that double out, I talked about that in one of the Faster Lines videos we did. I really didn't think, I said in the video that I thought it would be a good line to take, you know, if you were coming off the starting line, you know, to try and get away from the pack. I didn't think it was going to be worth taking any other time. I think I do that same line a couple times during this race, and I feel like it allowed me to pull away or, you know, make up time on the other guys. So I think maybe that's the faster way through it. I could be wrong, but that's just what it felt like to me. So now, see, it's bouncing around. It's like 1st, 3rd, 2nd. It's just, you really don't know. So we're just going to go off of what's going on here. We got the really big line, get the double out. I think this guy in front of me was on the 500, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to listen. To me, it sounds like it's the 500. I think there was two guys in this lobby that were on the 500. Him and then someone else. I don't remember his name. And they were both relatively fast. They took some pretty good lines, plus the 500 has that extra power. The handling's a little iffy on it, you know. It's something you kind of have to get used to, but he ran a really good race. You know, he's still right behind us. So again, I really try not to pay attention to the interval clock because it says 1 to 2 seconds. That's less than 1 second. I mean, that's for sure like maybe a 1/10 of a second difference. But it's saying, you know, around 1 or 2 seconds. Can't trust it. You just never know. The game, I don't know if it's slow doing it or if it's laggy or if it's what it is. I mean, maybe he really is that far back, but to me it feels, you know, on my screen at least, it looked like he was right behind us. So we are on lap 3 of 4. I could still hear him. I didn't really look back. I would have liked to have looked back more to see where he was at, but I wasn't, you know, I just wanted to do the whole race forward thing, and I really wanted to win. I really wanted to win. I think I had done a couple races prior to this one, and we hadn't gotten a win. We'd been close, but still hadn't gotten it. I really wanted one, so the only thing I was focused on was racing forward. I did the little quotes with my fingers, racing forward. So I think we do the quad here again. Yeah, it came up a little short, but it's all right. You're braking really hard into that corner, but I really think that I pulled away from him a little bit, and then on that other lap, I think I actually closed the gap just a bit. And it's staying almost exactly the same. So me and him and I are running almost the same laps. Now I think I opened it up a little bit. It's at the 2, bouncing around between 3-second interval. Again, that thing could be wrong, but I felt pretty good about this point. I felt good. I felt like we're gonna scrub this triple, do the double, and then have the triple out. And then the only section that worried me a little bit was this next right here, this rhythm section. If I could get this good, get the triple clean with no preload, get a full preload on this, and I actually messed it up because I didn't get all the way over it, but it wasn't a big deal, although I have crashed there before doing that same thing. I didn't take the big line here. Usually you can jump one more. We just took the safe line. get a case for the double, and we get the big W. So I was really excited to finally get a win in this lobby. And here, after a little bit, we will cut to the next race. Now I forget where exactly that next race is at. Like I said, I recorded these videos a couple days ago. I'm just now going back to add the post commentary. So I do know though that I switched to the CRF 450. So we switched the gear, switched the bike. It was a different day, but I stuck these two together, and then, like I said, there's going to be another video with 2 races on it for multiplayer as well. I've been having a lot of fun with that, so we'll cut to it here in just a bit and see what happens to that race. Alright, so we're at Las Vegas. Now, when I saw that it was Las Vegas, I remember exactly what this race was about. Because it surprised me. I almost wasn't going to show this one because it wasn't the most exciting race. I usually like to try and find ones that are a little entertaining. I mean, you're not always going to get that one battle that's super, yeah, we cut the track there, and just a little bit, but enough to give us a reset. So we're like in 4th. It looks like 4th. It says 3rd, but now it says 4th. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, you're not always going to have that race that's super exciting or something, but, you know, I try to find the ones that at least are somewhat entertaining to watch for most of the race. This one was a little lackluster. It wasn't terribly exciting. We rode pretty good laps. I mean, we made some mistakes like always, but for the most part made pretty smooth laps. On top of the fact that the main reason I wanted to show this one is because I don't think I've ever shown a multiplayer race from Las Vegas, because usually when I do multiplayer, I'm not the host. And if I'm not the host, a lot of times they only go through about 6, maybe 7 tracks. I was gonna say race tracks, and that just sounded weird to me. Tracks, and then they'll leave, and then it starts over again, unless you can get lucky and join into one that's already been going, and then usually run into the same case. A lot of times they don't go past like San Diego. Usually it's not even that far. This one though did run all the way. I didn't join until, well, I think I didn't join until about San Diego, and then I didn't actually race that track. I raced after that and did these last few rounds, and this one was good. I mean, we're in 2nd right now and doing some battle with Sean Daniel 98, and it was good. But the main reason I wanted to again is because I've never shown a multiplayer race from this track, and it's pretty easy. You know, we just got done not that long ago with our Faster Lines videos, and we did showed you some of the lines that I thought were the more consistent ones. But this is a pretty straightforward track. You know, there's not a lot to it. I mean, you basically, for me at least, I'm just no preloading through that section. I mean, we did it out, but usually you wouldn't do a triple here, and a double. You could quad and have a single, but, you know, again, I mentioned this in the Faster Lines video, I don't really think it's worth it. And then everything else is really straightforward, and, you know, we rode a really smooth race here. I was really happy with that. So, you know, I wanted to show it, even though it hasn't been the most exciting race so far. This one was fun for me. Sometimes it's fun to, you know, get out in front, get the lead, and run some really smooth laps. And we ran, again, I'm repeating myself here, but we ran fairly smooth ones. Not perfect, but solid laps. Solid enough to give us an 8-second lead right now, almost 9-second lead. So my guess is whoever's in 2nd place probably made a couple mistakes. Plus, we were able to find a good line on that table. A lot of times that lip, and I've mentioned that before, gets chewed out. So if you hit the chewed out spot, you can't really hop off that table and clear without doing a preload. Sometimes maybe you can. I have trouble, but I was able to stick kind of to the right side there where it wasn't getting chewed out as much, and I could hop off there without a preload, which felt good. Clipped a little there, have to get a preload over the triple. This section's just normal. Actually, did we jump off the track? Just a little bit. Kind of saved ourselves with a preload. But, you know, we're sitting at about a 10-second lead right now, so I was feeling really good. I was feeling good about where we were at here. I was feeling pretty confident, feeling like we were gonna we were gonna be okay with this race. Still pulling. We're closing in on the end of lap 3. About to begin lap 4. 14 seconds. Where are we at in the track? Oh, we're about to the finish line. Yeah. So we're about to start lap 4. I don't even remember how many people were in this lobby. I think there was a decent amount. And then later, I think the lobby filled up to full. I think there was 12 people in the lobby. And I think that's as many as you can have, right? The lobby can only hold 12, right? I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I am, but I think it only holds 12. But again, we stayed to the right side here so we could just keep hopping off, and that just was really, really smooth. But like I was saying, the lobby did end up filling out. The guy who was hosting, whoever was hosting this, stayed in and probably did basically a full run on this, and then went again and started over. Because when you finish Las Vegas, if you stay in if the host sticks around, it just replays again. It just starts at Anaheim, goes to Phoenix, Los Angeles, so on and so forth. So I wish there was a different way to do that. You know, I wish there was a way. I mean, there is with if you do private, but I wish that public lobbies would change that up and you didn't always have to reset at Anaheim and then work your way back through everything. I wish like sometimes they'd change it where it started at like Atlanta or something, you know? I don't know. That's just my opinion. It's still fun either way. This last lap was a little ugly, made some mistakes, but we're just a couple corners away from finishing it. He closed the gap a little bit because, like I said, we ran a wee bit ugly, but it's not gonna matter because we pulled out the big W at Las Vegas, which was fun. I mean, it was kind of that was a pretty big win for us. Usually it's a lot more close than that, so it was kind of fun to get a big win. Usually I don't show those because they're not as fun to watch, but I don't know. That one felt really good. I felt fairly smooth. Made some mistakes, but it was still pretty good stuff. So the next video will have 2 more multiplayer races on it, and I'm trying to think. I think both of those are with this CRF in the same gear and everything. I recorded those the same time I did this one, so I don't know. We'll see what you think of that one. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the Encore series, on the multiplayer, on everything. It really means a lot to me. I can't thank you enough. So until the next video, take it easy.